Into the box now, Santiago Ruiz. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And he powers a cut fastball by him that time, and he's in charge now, 0-2.
Somebody needs to tell his hitter he better get it going, or that bat's going to get blown out of his hands. Those are 2 horrific late swings.
Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. The next 0-2 is a fastball in off the plate for a ball. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's taken high for a ball. It's full now, 3-2.
That was another good pitch and a tough call that could have gone either way. He couldn't get him to bite on it again, so the count's gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
Center fielder.
Next to bat for Toronto, Anthony Alford. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. He's set, and the pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Great job of getting back in the zone with a hard fastball after the walk. I think he might have let a little frustration out with that pitch.
Hard hit toward the hole. And gets through for a base hit. He's now 3 for 4 in this one. Oh, but the feed to the shortstop is off the mark.
Wow, talk about having a pretty special game. That's his 3rd single of the game, D-Row. 3 for 4 is not a bad game.
Yeah, just not trying to do too much, Dan. Taking what the pitcher's giving him right here. If the fastball's away, shooting it the other way. If he's got something hanging in the middle of the plate, turning and burning a little bit. Nice execution.
No balls and 1 strike. Ruiz at second. Alford is over at first with 1 away. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now. Here it comes, 0-2. Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball 1. Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball.
When you have 2 strikes on you, as a hitter, if you get something that you can handle, you have to find a way to do some damage with it. That was a missed opportunity.
Brinson is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. Ready for another shot now. Kenny Blue. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. In there, and it's 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
No doubt. Some saves come easier than others, and I know this all too well. They're really making wrapping this thing up a difficult task.
And this will be a called strike 2, and trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight.
Hey, I don't mind that take right there. That was a nasty breaking ball. Started outside the zone, popped back inside the zone. Good spin rate on it. Move on to the next pitch.
And he strikes him out to end it here as they were able to get the possible tying run to the plate, but could not cash in.
It's always nice to give your fans at home something to cheer about, and they definitely did that right here, coming through with a big win at home.
5-2 the final score tonight. The Baltimore Orioles took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. Kirby Dalton earns his 6th winning decision in this one, striking out 12 in the process. Joel Wilson records the save, his 8th of the season. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Our final line score tonight, first for the victorious Orioles, 5 runs on 11 hits. With 1 error, they left 5 men on base. Your attention, please.
Joel Wilson takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Joel Wilson.
Standing in, Dwight Smith Jr. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far.
Looking for base runners here as they're down 2 playing on the road. Not an easy thing to do, trying to score runs or bunch hits together off of a closer.
And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Slapped hard the opposite way, but quick reactions at the hot corner take away a hit, and there's one gone. Trying to pick things up where we left off, Santiago Ruiz. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. And wow, a very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike number 2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. And he makes the throw to first. Ruiz is retired, 2 down now. Into the box, number 9. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A ball and a strike. The 1-1. And there's a called strike 2, as now they're down to their final strike this afternoon. Final strike for the Blue Jays. Into the corner and slicing foul. And now this relatively sparse crowd comes to their feet one final time. 2-2 now with 2 out here in the 9th.
Wow, that was a close pitch on 1 and 2. The count's now at 2-2, but boy, that one very easily could have been called strike 3. Really close pitch.
Count remains 2-2. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And again, he's unable to keep it fair, but he's putting together quite a battle at the plate. 2 out, nobody on. Grounder down the line at 3rd. To his right, Duffy. Throw on to first, and the Orioles have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
4-2 the final score today. The Orioles rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Trevor Richards
Your attention, please.
Joel Wilson comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth.
Joel Wilson.
Leading off the inning, Mel Guillory, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Hey, it's never easy scoring runs against a closer, but this lineup is setting up perfectly right now as the leadoff hitter leads off this inning.
And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. And now this is thrown wildly, just getting it into the infield.
The fans didn't even get a chance to settle in their seats for the beginning of the inning, and he just blistered that ball down the line on the first pitch he saw. It stayed fair, and he's safely on second with the leadoff double. That's the way you lead off an inning.
Cut fastball in there for a called strike.
This is going to be an interesting at-bat. I think he has to be pitching for a strikeout here, so we'll see what kind of sequence he uses.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1.
You know, in this situation, you almost have to pitch like there's no one on base. That run really doesn't mean anything with the lead they've got. The hitter is the guy that can turn this game on its head.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And a swing and a miss as that looked like self-defense there. It's 2-2.
Oh, man, he just tied him up in knots right there.
Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Guillory stands at second with no outs. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. And foul. And this one gets away. And he's going to make it into third base now, as I believe that'll be scored as a wild pitch. Hit on the ground to third. Duffy fields it cleanly. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
And here with the infield back, they were giving him the run on a ground ball, so he just takes advantage of that and drives the run home. Good approach.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it.
No doubt. Some saves come easier than others, and I know this all too well. They're really making wrapping this thing up a difficult task.
High with the cut fastball, and he's behind 2-0. Pitch is a cutter that's in on the knuckles, and it's 3-0.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
That one's in there, 3-1. 1 out, nobody on. And here's a cut fastball that misses down and away for ball 4. Now the number 4 Minnesota hitter, Yasmani Grandal. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. First delivery to him on the way. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
That's a good pitch to lay off right there, that cutter inside. And that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood in a broken bat.
Tries to change up on him there, but it's a ball, 2-1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Brinson is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. So here's Jake Cave to the plate. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. From the belt, the pitch. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Final strike for the Twins. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. The relay. And this will wind up a closer play than I thought, but he's in there with 2 bases.
And if you're the manager, you've got to love that about your team. They were down to their last strike, but they refused to go down without a fight, so they lived to fight some more.
And a step off. In now, number 64. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
His pitch count is getting up there in the inning now. He needs to get this frame over with sooner than later, so forcing contact and getting the defense involved is probably the best thing he can do.
Runners at second and third with 2 gone. And he misses again, ball 3. Breivik Valera would be next. And this ball swung on and hit to center field, and this should do it. And he'll make the catch, and the Orioles have bounced back from consecutive losses to take game 3 of the series as this ball game is over.
Yeah, he does surrender 1 run, so it wasn't a flawless performance. But in this game, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be good enough to win, and he was.
7-5 tonight's final. Baltimore took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Hunter Harvey earns win number 7 on the season as he racked up 10 strikeouts in the effort. Joel Wilson hammers down the save, his 10th. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Our final line scored tonight. First for the victorious Orioles. 7 runs on 12 hits. 3 errors. They left 5 runners on base. For the Twins, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 22 minutes. Tonight's main attendance at Target Field, 40,000. A reminder that extra light rail trains of the Hiawatha Line and Central Corridor are available at the Targetville station located beyond right field.
This team's pitchers are being challenged to ask more of themselves.
Your
Joel
attention, please.
Wilson takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Joel Wilson.
So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, number 1. And Dan, what's gone wrong for this lineup today? They're only 3 outs away from being shut out.
Boy, you know, I just haven't seen a lot of fight in these at-bats. Now, of course, plenty of credit goes to that pitching, but the effort on the offensive side has been pretty lethargic watching from up here in the booth, Matt.
Yeah, I would imagine it feels the same from watching in the stands in this one. But this will hang up a bit too long as it's taken in chest high for the first out.
Boy, talk about hitting into some rough luck. That was an absolute bullet to the outfield that gets caught, and he would have represented the tying run.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. 1-1 is laid off for ball 2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he fouls this one off. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Popped him up. Duffy in foul ground, but this will land untouched. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now.
This is the pitch I think we'll see a lot from him in this game. The cutter darting in on the hitters in the opposite batter's box. It can be a real effective pitch when it's located well, and that one was right there.
Now batting, number
Standing
9.
in now, Jake Bowers. As he'll take a look at the pitch too low, it's ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Curveball stays a little high that time. Wilson is known in part as a reliever with a clutch factor, perhaps. An escape artist is another way to put it. Regardless, he seems to be at his best when pressed up into difficult situations, which is kind of what you want out of a bullpen arm.
No doubt about it, Matty V. And I call a guy like this troubleshooters. Guys that you can bring into a game with runners in scoring position. They don't panic. They keep the game at a slow pace. And more importantly, they make good pitches to good hitters to get out of tough situations.
And they start him with 1 high and away for ball 1. Bowers leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. He's running. Pitch is high. The throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down.
It was pretty obvious he would likely be on the move with 2 outs, and I'm sure the defense knew it too. But he has lightning speed and was able to take the bag anyways.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery.
3 balls, no strikes.
And his command's letting him down here. It's 3-0. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. That's on the outer edge, 3-1.
We're seeing quite a few pitches up from him right now, and that can obviously be dangerous. A cold strike there, but he might need to lower his sights a little bit.
And he misses again, ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
Now batting, catcher.
Up next for the Rays, Jacob Inglet, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. 2 big outs here, but the tying and winning runs are both out there. And that misses downstairs for a ball, 1-1. Pulled down the third baseline. Throw on to first, and the Orioles have taken game 1 of the series on the road as the ball game is over.
Wow, that's a rarity. A 1-0 game in baseball these days. Both of these pitchers pitched awfully well. It's a shame one of them had to lose this game.
And that 1 run held up tonight, 1-0 the final. Baltimore get the win despite 3 errors in the field. Trevor Richards earns his 6th winning decision in this one. Blake Snell is settled with the loss after giving up only 1 earned. Joel Wilson earns the save out of the bullpen, his 11th of the campaign. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on. Joel Wilson comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth.
31, Joel Wilson.
And that'll bring up Joey Wendell. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day.
Hey, it's never easy scoring runs against a closer, but this lineup is setting up perfectly right now as the leadoff hitter leads off this inning.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Now here's the pitch. Fouled off. So 1-1. Now a ball rolls softly to second. Swan charging in on it, and that's out number 1. Ready now, Daniel Robertson. A hit in 2 official trips to the plate to this point in the ballgame. First delivery to him on the way. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. Chopped weakly up the first base line. Foul ball, strike 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Line drive to left. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Stepping in now is Mitch Haniger.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Mitch Haniger.
Third baseman hugging the line here. Now the first pitch. In there, strike one.
You know, guys, sometimes guys don't like pulling the trigger. They want to see something go by, calibrate the speed, calibrate the brake, and then make their adjustments off that. Maybe that's the case right here.
The windup and the 0-1. Line toward right center. And don't change the channel yet, as extra bases are going to put the tying run in scoring position. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
Everyone knows there are no awards for successfully getting 26 outs. You need to get all 27 before you can start celebrating. That 2-out double here in the ninth, putting the equalizer on at second base. A couple of minutes ago, this thing looked like it might be over, but everything can change with one swing of the bat.
He makes the catch, and the Orioles have taken game one of the series on the road as the ball game is over.
Well, that's just a great job of battling on the road. They fought all the way to the end, took the lead in the top of the ninth, and secured the W in the bottom half. That's a great team win.
Attaboy. Good job.
Your attention, please.
Joel Wilson enters from the pen to start the ninth inning, as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the ninth. The next to bat for Atlanta, Robert Roper.
Right fielder, Robert
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A curveball that catches the inside corner. The windup and the 0-1. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike two anyway. And a swing and a miss at the curveball. A great pitch call there, and that's the first out here in the ninth.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
now batting, third baseman.
And the next in is Johan Camargo, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2. 1 out, nobody on. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. To short. Gregorius has it. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. Into the box now, Fernando Alvarado. He singled his last time up.
Alvarado.
Here it comes. 0-1 the count. Right side. He'll get to this one deep in the hole. Throw gets him there from short right field. A nice play.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
Joel Wilson takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Joel Wilson.
Stepping in for the Braves, Johan Camargo. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
They look like they're up against it here, down 3 on the road, trying to come back against a closer.
They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Loud contact there, but it's well foul. The 1-2. Swing and a line drive. And that is into left field, so the leadoff man's aboard to kick off the 9th.
Hey, excellent job right there, leading off the inning with a base hit. We got to keep this line moving. We cannot stop. Nobody can make an out. We have to find a way to put 2 men, maybe 3 men, put some pressure on this defense.
From the stretch, hit down the third base line. Back to the mound and off his leg. No chance to make the play. Let's just hope he's okay on the mound. Coming to the plate now, Michael Cabrera.
So frustrating, D-Row. You make a good pitch and you get these guys that can run around and they're fast. You think you have an out and all of a sudden it turns into an infield single.
Yeah, this is definitely part of his game, the ground attack, Dan. He's a speedster. He's going to get a ton of infield singles, and he knows how frustrated that pitcher is.
The 0-1 pitch. A swing and a miss at a ball down.
Unless you're willing to sell out and try and take one part of the field out of play and just work the ball up the middle the other way, it's extremely difficult when a guy's throwing this hard to stay back on a breaking ball. You either commit and be all in on a fastball or try and find a way to work the ball the other way to keep you back on the off speed.
The 1-2 misses for the second ball.
No doubt, some saves come easier than others, and I know this all too well. They're really making wrapping this thing up a difficult task.
And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2. Mark Schnell, who represents the possible go-ahead run here, waits in the on-deck circle. Fly ball right down the line in left, and they can't run it down. Another full count offering on its way. It's a swinging bunt up the line, but it rolls foul, so we'll have another payoff pitch. Swinging a soft liner down the line in right, but foul. None out, runners at first and second. And a weak little line drive over to first. But this is speared by the first baseman. Coming forward now is the Braves' designated hitter, Mark Schnell. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. And the changeup is way low that time.
This is where I think you find out a lot about a pitcher's moxie. No one warming up in the pen. He's in trouble right now. He knows it. Can he right the ship and stay composed?
2-0 now. Two balls and a strike.
Count was 2-1.
2-2. Runners are at first and second with one away. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang-bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for an ump to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
In the dirt, and now let's see. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. The 1-0 is in there for strike one.
I know to the fans that probably looked like something good to hit, but unless you're sitting breaking ball right there, I don't care if it's middle of the plate. That's a tough pitch to pull the trigger on.
And that's through into center field, base hit. The runner scores from second, and they inch a little bit closer. That makes it 6-5 now. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first.
Boy, talking about having ducks on the pond right there, D-Rose.
I know everybody wants to hit a home run. Those are the ones you remember. But without question, Dan, 2 out, 2 RBI knocks with runners in scoring position right there. You remember these knocks.
Right there is a temptation pitch. Power hitters like this are looking for pitches that they can drive. So that may have been one where he was trying to get him to chase up above the zone a little bit.
And he'll make the catch, and the Orioles have taken the opener here at home as this ball game is over.
Well, there's another save, but that's just not any other save. That's save number 50 for the reliever in his career. Well on his way to a nice career.
And tonight's one-run game comes to an end, 6-5 the final. Baltimore crossed the plate 3 times in the 8th, helping propel them to the win. Donnie Hart earns his 3rd win of the year in relief. Joel Wilson closes the door for the save, his 13th of the year. So that's a wrap.
A pitching coach offers support to a player coming off a bit of a rocky outing.
Joel Wilson comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth.
31, Joel Wilson.
Striding in for Boston, Doug Rorifov. He singled earlier, making him 1 for 2 to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's lifted the other way out to left. Ozuna is under it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. So the Red Sox lineup turns over, and to the plate, number 2. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. That hits the outside corner. It's strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Two and one now to the Boston leadoff hitter.
One strike, the count.
And that's into the corner, a foul ball in right. Grounded to the right. Swan ranges to his left. Throw on to first, and now the Red Sox are down to their final out. Ready once again, number 46. No hits in 3 tries so far. He struck out once. First pitch of the at-bat. There's a strike.
There's a called strike on a fastball up in the zone. We're seeing more of that from pitchers nowadays. With the launch angles, guys are looking for the ball down in the zone. If a pitcher can pitch up in the zone like that pitch right there, you can go ahead and make some hay.
Fans on their feet in a 1-run ball game in the last of the 9th. Last strike now for the Red Sox. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
This evening's game comes to an end. 5-4 the final tally. The Baltimore Orioles rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Trevor Richards earns win number 7 on the season. Joel Wilson records the save, his 14th. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Orioles. 5 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 4 men on. 7 hits. 1 error. They left 3 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 21 minutes.
Joel Wilson takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
31, Joel Wilson.
So striding in, Kevin Pillar. 0 for 2 for him to this point.
Right fielder.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Breaking ball taken right down the middle.
If you know you got a real patient hitter at the plate, I love the mindset of this pitcher right here, attacking the zone 0-0 and getting ahead.
Fouled away.
Nope.
And he'll just waste one there. 1-2. Lifted in the air to shallow center field. Swan onto the grass. 1 away.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Stepping in now, number 2. As he runs up to bunt, but can't make contact. That's strike 1. And that misses 1-1. Now a swing and a fly ball. But this will wind up being a foul ball. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Lifted into center field. Waiting on it is Brinson. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Now at the plate, number 46. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. First delivery to him on the way. Missed with a breaking ball. Good breaking ball that time, in for a strike.
He dropped that curveball in for a strike right there. But don't kid yourself, that's a dangerous pitch. He needs to start thinking about maybe working that back door, or that could get some serious damage done to it.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And that's taken for strike 2, as now they're down to their final strike here this afternoon. Last strike now for the Red Sox. Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. Throw on to first, and the Orioles have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
Good job there to slam the door for the win, and they finished the month with a bang, just the way you want to.
A 1-run finish, 4-3 the final tally today. The O's came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Sean Crockett earns win number 7 on the season. Joel Wilson hammers down the save, his 15th of the campaign. So that's it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, log on to theshownation.com.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Orioles. 4 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 4 men on base. For the Red Sox, 3 runs on 7 hits. 1 error. They left no runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 4 minutes. Our Fenway Park paid attendance this afternoon, 36,298. We'd like to thank the Red Sox Nation for their continuing support and remind you to please drive home safely. Your attention,
Joel
please.
Wilson comes out of the
Now
bullpen
pitching
to
for the
shut
Orioles,
things down here in the
number
ninth.
31, Joel Wilson.
In now for Washington, Ronald Guzman. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far.
Hey, not impossible, but highly improbable. Even when you're at home to score 3 runs off a closer like this guy, they've got the work cut out for him.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Not a bad idea right there. Make this guy work and see if he can throw the ball over the plate. Throws the first pitch for a strike. They need to get some runners on base, and not a bad plan. Unfortunately, the pitcher came in with a strike on the first pitch.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time.
When your closer comes in and strikes out the first guy he faces, everyone on the team can kind of take a deep breath. Still have 2 more outs to get, but retiring that leadoff guy is always huge when you're trying to shut a game down.
Center fielder, Ryan Goodman.
Here comes the first pitch. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Way in front of that fastball. He struck him out. The 3rd time he's fanned in the game.
Well, you have to feel pretty confident about the way this one's going to end up as a manager. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts from the closer. There's not a whole lot more he can do to instill confidence that he's going to wrap this thing up without any problem.
Now batting, number
into the box, Dylan Cousins. As he lines it hard to the right side, but out of play. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Skied in the air to straightaway left. After it is Dickerson. And he tracks it down. And this ball game is over.
Well, it's getting more and more common in baseball now these days to use a ton of pitchers to get through a game. And it took 6 here to get the job done. But, hey, they'll do whatever they can to get a W.
5-2 the final score tonight. The Baltimore Orioles get their 30th win on the road so far this season. Trevor Richards earns his 8th victory of the season. Joel Wilson wraps it up for the save, his 16th of the season. Joel Wilson is on his way into the ballgame now as he'll be making his 50th appearance of the year. standing in a perfect 4 for 4 so far, Gustavo Ruiz. And we'll see if he can put together a rare 5-hit performance here. First pitch of the at-bat. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Now the 2-1 pitch is looked at for ball 3.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
Hit out towards second, and there's one away. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. It's been a 2 for 4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Fastball that time is nowhere close, and it's even at 1-1. The 1-2. And it's fouled away.
If I'm on the mound right now, I know I'm in the hitter's head. He was definitely sitting soft. I might speed him up and elevate it right here.
And he struck him out. Stepping in, Ronald Guzman. It's been a nice game for him. 3 hits, including a homer to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball that just misses inside. Lifted down the line in left. After it is Dickerson. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning.
Well, just an excellent job right here closing this one out. He just collected the first save of his career. Got to start somewhere.
12-4 is the final in this game. The Washington Nationals win their 40th game in front of the home crowd this year. Nelson Melendez earned his 9th win of the year. Keone Kela permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. Charlie Cole takes the rare 3-inning save, his first of the year. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com.
Your attention,
Joel
please.
Wilson is called
Now
upon
pitching
with
for
2
the
out in the
Orioles.
8th as he's
Number
asked to
31,
complete a 4-out save.
Joel Wilson.
Now at the plate, number 13. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First delivery to him on the way. There's a fastball missing down and away for a ball, 1-0. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Line drive to center field. That gets down, and the inning continues. A potentially big 2-out hit as it brings up Nolan Arenado next. Settling in now, Nolan Arenado, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. From the stretch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Hits are even at 7 apiece. Here's the pitch. Line drive to left. Dickerson will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. Baltimore's out in front, 4-2. That'll bring up Billy McKinney. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far.
Looking for base runners here as they're down 2 playing on the road. Not an easy thing to do, trying to score runs or bunch hits together off of a closer.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. Line towards center field. Espinoza is there. 1 quick out to start inning number 9.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
The batter, designated hitter.
So that'll bring in Teoscar Hernandez. And there's a swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch to start him out. 0-1. Trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. One out, nobody on. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
The batter, right fielder, Scott.
Into the box now, Scott Delabate, as he'll look at a changeup that drops below the knees for ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. He hit the corner and tries for third. And now this is thrown wildly, just getting it into the infield. And he will make it all the way around to score. And cue up the organ music because there was some treacherously bad defense on that play.
Wow, somebody break out the oxygen tank because he was booking all the way around for the triple. But then the throwing error gives him an opening, and he heads all the way home to score. Got to take care of the baseball.
In there, no balls and a strike. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. And he just misses with a curveball.
Looked like he was trying to work in a front door curveball there, but it seemed like it popped out of his hand a little early, causing it to miss inside.
Check. Aaron pops this one up. Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out. Digging in once again, number 9. They'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Strike taken, the throw is not in time as he just gets in ahead of the throw.
It was pretty obvious he would likely be on the move with 2 outs, and I'm sure the defense knew it too, but he has lightning speed and was able to take the bag anyways.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Now the small but vocal crowd come to their feet. Now a swing, and he pops him up, and this should do it. And he'll make the catch, and the Orioles have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
Yeah, they needed him a little bit earlier in this one, but he takes the mound in the 8th and records the final 4 outs. 4-out save. Job well done.
And it's a 4-3 finish in this evening's ball game. The Orioles jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Trevor Richards earned his 9th win of the year, picking up 11 strikeouts along the way. Number 52 was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. Joel Wilson gets a 4-out save, his 17th on the year. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Our final line scores tonight. First for the victorious Orioles. 4 runs on 8 hits. 1 error. They left 8 runners on base. For the Blue Jays, 3 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 5 minutes. A reminder that Metro Subway trains are available at the Lexington Market or Charles Center Subway Station. MTA Light Rail Service will provide extra trains on the Penn Camden Shuttle. and can be picked up just outside the ballpark at the Camden Yards Light Rail Station.
Joel Wilson enters from the pen to start the ninth inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the ninth. Next for the Tigers, Jonathan Schoop. He'll start things off in the top of the ninth as they look for a little insurance. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Takes a high fastball for a strike. This one's down to third. Duffy is there. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway. Anthony Santander the next to bat. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far.
Anthony Santander.
Here's the first pitch to him. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Bases are empty, one man out. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. The 2-0. Hit back up the middle. And that is through into center field for a one-out single.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball is going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
And he lays off a pitch here that he probably shouldn't have. 0-1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. He takes something off there and had him way out in front for strike 2.
Good job of making him chase that pitch down below the strike zone. That's where you want to pitch when you're looking for the double play ball.
And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. Curveball bounces, and this one gets away. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. Still 2-2. Santander leads off second with one gone in the inning. A full count, 3-2 to the Tigers center fielder. Fastball, and ooh, that ran in and drilled him. Next up for Detroit, Franklin Holly. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Dickerson's there. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Digging in and looking for more, Ronnie Rodriguez. He singled his last time up. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Breaking ball that's cut on and missed for the first strike. 2 down, runners at first and second. And this one's in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. And there's strike 3. So we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. Tigers strand a pair. They're on top 7-2.
Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
7-2, the final.